Hi, I'm Sean, your friendly neighborhood dungeon master.
And I'm Ryan.
And I'm Will.
Thank you for listening to Roll for Adventure.
The Roll for technically similar but legally distinct superhero signal summoned us here, and we're ready to make an episode for you.
Previously on Roll for Adventure. It is absolutely inexplicable to me that after having not posted an episode for probably better than a year now, we still have fans. Like, I posted on Twitter that we were recording, and it's like, one guy posted, "My body is ready," and I'm just like, I'm a little uncomfortable by that, but...
So we are an ASMR video.
I guess. So, we are here, posted up in a hotel in Keene, New Hampshire, to celebrate the impending nuptials of Ryan.
Why would you tell them where we are?
Well, they're going to be listening to this far in the future.
Do you think the pizza guy...
It's not like you're going to be able to come track us down in Keene.
Do you think the pizza guy is a fan? What if he's the guy that commented?
I hope so. I can only...
That would be amazing.
He walks in, he's like, "I told you I was ready."
Also, we've said in the middle of games where we are recording many times in the past, so...
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, I'll edit that out in post. No, I won't. So, congratulations to Ryan. So, we are just going to be playing copious amounts of D&D. This is not going to be related to the previous campaign. Unfortunately, I think a little bit too much time has passed, and I don't think we're going to get back to that, because a couple of the people who played characters in that season, who were kind of important, are not able to return. I don't think Bill's going to make it back. And there's the pizza.
Yay!
So I'm just going to pause the recording while we take care of this. Okay, so we have pizza.
Hand wiping devices? I'm a mess.
Do we have hand wiping
You got a
devices? He's got a point.
You got a shirt and pants,
And
too.
it's white, just like a napkin. There you go.
This is a work shirt.
Well, those aren't your work pants.
No, they're not. That's true. It's a good point.
Just saying.
That's also a work shirt.
The recliner that's in our living room that I used to sit in for a long time before I built my desktop. The left side is like almost discolored from how often I wipe my hands on it from after eating. It's disgusting.
What color?
It's hilarious but disgusting.
What color is the recliner?
It's kind of like a brown, and that side's kind of like a darker brown.
That's
yeah.
not...
Yeah.
If it's a... Okay.
That's super gross.
It is, but it's hilarious, so I don't care.
Alright, this shirt is much darker.
Alright.
And much cooler.
Are we ready? Are we ready to
are
play
we,
some
though?
Dungeons & Dragons? Because I'm ready.
I'm
We're
ready.
waiting for him.
Alright. So,
Again.
Shocker.
we have pizza. Congratulations, Ryan.
We already did that part.
We did that part already. All right.
Again.
So, let's start by just going over characters. Who are we playing and what and stuff. So, let's start with William. We'll just go clockwise.
Okay. Hi, my name is William. I will be your tank for the evening. My character's name is Pharon Dkali. He is a dragonborn. He is 7 feet tall and 300 pounds, wearing plate mail, so he is a walking shield. And he does fun magic stuff and hits things with swords and laughs about it.
Wonderful. I'm Ryan, the one for whom the evening is dedicated. I'll be playing Urf Stormwind, who is a human wizard who will do wizardly things throughout the campaign.
Will he do them wizardly?
Most wizardly.
Okay, good.
The most wizardly.
Okay,
Okay,
super wizard.
The wizarding world of whatever your guy's name is that you just said, because I already forgot.
Urf.
Earth.
Earth. Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth. Okay.
What?
Okay, so my character is gonna be the cool guy, because he got style. He's named.
Okay, if you have to say that, he does not.
What do you mean? Rangers always have style.
I'm going to stop you just because you're the only new voice.
That is true.
So you don't have to tell your full name, but identify yourself so that people know who you are.
Identify yourself, citizen.
My name is Christian, and my character's name is Robin Nathaniel Reed, also known as R&R. And he's a ranger, and he's also a half-elf. Should I say anything else?
If you want to.
It depends on how many paragraphs you have of a backstory prepared that you want to read out for us.
He's half-elf, and that's about it.
Okay.
He's also mainly just archer, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
No beasts are hanging out with me.
And you're not short.
Oh yeah, I'm also not short, so I can jump higher.
So I don't. A lot of times on podcasts, they'll go around and talk about who the character is right at the beginning and talk about some of that backstory. I don't actually want to do any of that tonight, but I do want to challenge everybody to flesh out these characters as much as we possibly can.
Already done.
In the short amount of time that we have.
Did that before we got here.
All right.
Aren't you prepared?
Yes, it's called daydreaming.
Yes. So,
lovely.
For Christian's sake, because this is your first time playing D&D, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, there will come points where I will ask you questions about who R&R is, and you can just kind of figure that out on the spot, and we'll see what we come up with.
Okay.
So, to start, we're going to start with just Ryan's character, with just Earth. And you guys as a group are a adventuring party, maybe not adventuring party, that's the wrong word.
You're supposed to be prepared for this.
Well, shush.
No.
The two of you, William and Christian, your characters work for Urf Stormwind. You guys are adventurers for hire, I guess, is probably the best way to put it.
Mercenary?
Not mercenaries. I mean, you are well, here's a question. Have you guys just straight up killed somebody before? Been hired just be like, this dude is a dick and he needs to be less alive.
I'm pretty sure that's an assassin.
Yeah.
Is that something you guys have done? Have you just straight up taken an assassination mission?
No.
I mean, no, I don't think so.
No. So not so much murder hobos for hire, but if there's a job, you'll take it.
Well, he probably hired me literally because I am tall and strong and large, and I am his wall of meat.
You're the meat shield.
Yeah, I'm the meat
Absolutely.
shield. That's
gives me a wall from which to cast behind.
Every wizard needs a meat shield. This is just the truth of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So I guess the owner of the company, have you ever just taken a straight up assassination mission, or is that just not your?
Or have you assigned an assassination mission? Is the more interesting question.
Has the company as a whole taken on a murder hobo mission?
What does he mean by company?
Us.
Oh, okay, so all of us. So we're already chilling with each other.
Of course not.
Oh.
Wink, wink.
So you guys have been doing this for a while. This is not your.
So I have killed people.
Well,
you have pointy objects that are designed to kill people. You can't not kill people.
What are you talking about? I can kill animals.
you
What if
have.
I'm a pre-psycho killer?
Have there been casualties in the line of duty? Yeah. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Of course you killed some folk.
Okay.
But assassination and just killing in the line of duty, taking out a troop of bandits that's plaguing a town and assassinating a king are two completely different ends of the murder spectrum.
Well, I'd never go for a king.
Yeah, that's too much. You need a lot more than just.
I'd go for
No, we don't get
nobles,
paid
come
enough
on.
for regicide.
Okay.
Well, also you still need a lot more than 3 people to take out a king.
No, if I was
Let's
the
be real.
prince, I mean.
Alright. So, you guys are. This is not your first go round. You
Okay.
guys have been working together for how long? A couple years? A couple weeks?
I would say
So the band's been together for about 2-3 years.
All right.
Okay.
Do you guys have a name for your services?
Regicide.
We don't have to.
That is a pretty good name for an adventuring group, I gotta say.
We don't have to settle on something right now. However,
R&R and Death.
all right.
No, Regicide is way better than that.
We'll workshop it.
Rest, relaxation, and regicide.
R cubed.
R cubed. All right. So
That's the cover artist for R. Kelly, but he sings math songs. Without all the weird, the fetishy stuff and the things with the little kids. That's not. We don't talk about that.
No fetishes in the company.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Unless it has to do with completing the job.
Guys, I'll take the hit.
That's his job.
Aw, dang it.
I cannot find. So I'm for you guys. The cards that I'm flipping through are loot cards, basically. So there will come a couple of spots where you guys will have an opportunity to roll on the loot table, and you will get.
You made flashcards for us to study with.
I did, so that I can just hand them to you and be like, here, this is what you got. But we had rolled up one. Basically, what I'm driving at is because you guys have been doing this for a while. I figure you've probably had the opportunity to have acquired a wondrous item or two.
So you're saying we got our purple legendaries?
Yes, you guys will
Okay.
get your legendaries. We rolled one up we made one for Ryan, and I wrote down a card for it, but I can't find where
Should probably go for
where I did it. So I'm actually going to pause the recording, and we'll let you guys pick a wondrous item out of the DM handbook. All right, so we have picked our wondrous items. We're not going to talk about them right now. We'll discuss them when they come up in combat. But you guys all have one wondrous item because you've been doing this a while. So what we have is the scene kind of opens up on Urf Stormwind coming in on an airship, because airships are awesome and I want them in like every fantasy world I ever create will have airships because they are amazing. So you're coming in on an airship, coming back from, what were you doing? What are you coming back to your home base from?
vacation.
Mage's conference.
Mages conference. Yes.
You had to go to
There you
that?
go.
I'm coming back from a Mages conference.
Which is timely because that's totally what you
That's
came
the
here from.
joke!
Why'd you bring the ranger and the paladin to your
Oh, no.
Mage's conference?
No. To be clear, the two of you aren't here.
Oh, okay.
Just him.
Alright.
Don't know where you guys are yet.
And I have my felt bag of mage swag in hand.
The swag bag from the conference in hand. So you're flying in on an airship, and you are coming in to the City Royal, which is the City Royal is the capital city of the Rivermark. This is where the King's Castle is, the Regent. This city is massive, and what you see as you come in is this shimmering white sandstone city that is just very busy, very active, and just a bustling city with a tall central spire in the middle that has multiple kind of docks sticking out of it that the airships can dock in. This is just maybe 6 hours of a ride away from the nearest port. It's right on the water. So a lot of trade goes through the City Royal. The Rivermark has become a very wealthy kingdom as a result because they have access to the only port for quite some distance. So the other kingdoms that are in the area really rely on the resources that come through the Rivermark in order to live, basically. They all have their own farms and stuff, but all the exotic goods that come from out of the area come through this city.
Flows from it.
So you fly in onto this big spire, disembark from the airship, and you're headed back to your kind of home base, I guess. What is your
office?
What is the office like? What is the home base like? What are you coming back to?
Well, the home base kind of looks like a fairly dilapidated front built into the side of a hill. But inside, this really weird stone castle-like structure built into the side of the hill.
Okay. Is it inside the city walls or is it outside the city?
It's outside the city.
Outside the city. Can you give me a good... I would like to suggest that maybe it's inside the city. Just because you guys take... You guys get hired on a regular basis to do things.
Then I would like to suggest it's built into the side of the wall as opposed to the hill.
All right, into the side of the wall. So you guys...
Wait, there's like a castle inside the wall?
Well, I think he's thinking more. It's like a small, like fortified structure as opposed to like a full castle.
So like a stone.
So we're kind of like stealing the city's forts for our own miniature.
So it's like the walls like watchtower.
Kind of. You've stolen a watchtower.
I would say it's probably less stolen and it's something you guys have purchased. I mean, you guys may have had just like a house at one point, but eventually you guys got a couple of good jobs under your feet and you got paid real well and were able to purchase yourself a decent amount of real estate.
I would argue that perhaps we did a job for the city guard or the royal family.
Okay.
And we're intended to be paid richly, and we're able to negotiate the real estate as opposed to coin payment.
I like it. And I think as a result, you guys have probably you guys were really struggling as a company, and then that one job that you did just really catapulted you guys into the limelight. And you're like, these people know how to get stuff done. So I'm into it. I like it. So as you're walking, you're walking through the city, headed back to your office, home base, whatever. You're planning on stopping by a local armor artificer, somebody who makes magical items for you. On your last job, he had sent you out to get some things for a cloak that you wanted him to create for you. You had given him the cloak, and he said, "This is how I want it to function." And he's like, "Well, I need some of this, and I need a dragon's eye and a mushroom that grows in this one place to be able to have the components to cast the spell and imbue this cloak with the magical properties that you're after."
So I just traded for it at the Mages Conference.
It's all in your swag bag.
Well, this is something you're going back to him expecting that you're going to pick this up. And as you are walking up to this, as you're kind of headed to go see him, this gentleman that he's a little crazy, tends to be kind of a conspiracy theorist. He runs up to you, he's like, "They're doing it! They're leaving today!" He comes up, he grabs onto your shirt, and right up in your face, it's like, "They're leaving for the stones today!" And you're not the least bit surprised by this guy. And honestly, I think you're probably more exasperated by getting approached by this guy, because he does this constantly to you. How do you respond?
Get off me!
Well, no, listen! You have to listen. They're going to wake the ancient god. They're leaving this afternoon. I just saw all of them leaving. Didn't we already talk about this? The answer is probably no. You have no idea what he's talking about.
Who are you talking about?
Listen, the death cult.
The Death Cult.
Yes, they don't actually have a name, but
The Death Cult?
you're not here. They don't actually have a name. That's just what I call them because I don't know what else to call them.
Okay, move on.
No, listen. They are going to awaken an ancient god. It is going to be bad for everyone. They left this morning in a caravan to go. You know that pile of mysterious stones that's out in the middle of a field in the middle of the river, Mark? That nobody knows what they're there for?
Yes.
Well, underneath it is buried a prison for an ancient god. They're going to awaken, and there's going to be a lot of people dying. I'm just saying, please, I'm begging you to go look at it. I'm begging you.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it when I have time.
You don't understand, and as he's pleading with you, you hear from behind you an explosion. And you turn around and you see, and you're like, you were just walking up to the artificer's studio. And you see just this big puff of purple smoke, like purple and green smoke come just wafting out of this guy's place. And this is not the least bit surprising to you. Like, this happens on a regular basis. This guy's good at his job, but he does some pretty wacky stuff. And, every once in a while something blows up. So...
Well, that's just good science.
So you got the conspiracy theorist in front of you. You got the exploding thing behind you. What are you going to do? Hi guys, it's Sean, your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, and oh boy, does it feel good to be back in the podcast chair. We are super excited over here at Roll for Adventure to be getting back into the production cycle and making new episodes, and we are just flabbergasted and such that we still have people who are interested in what Roll for Adventure has to say. We really appreciate you guys. You have made us all feel loved over the last week as we've been starting the hype train up for this first episode. So thank you. Thank you very much for all the love we've received from you guys. It warms the cockles of our heart, so to speak. So we are, I think, as I mentioned before, we're going to be settling into a bi-weekly release schedule for the time being, just until we can, make sure that we're going to be on a good, solid production schedule that we can release weekly content without falling into the same trap we fell into last time, because we really don't want to do that. So the next episode will be up on February 7th, and until then, we have a request of you. If you could, go to whatever podcast player you use and rate the show. Tweet about us using the hashtag #RollForAdventure on Twitter, and we will, put you in a pool to have a character named after you in the next arc of the show. Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Share the show, because we do not have a budget to advertise. So the only way we can grow is word of mouth, and that means we rely on you guys. So, as we get spooled up for the next big season, help us grow so that once we get there, we have a big crowd of people listening, and that's just going to make it better for everybody, I think. Also, you may have noticed that this show has the tag Casual Encounters in front of it. That is because we are, in the next big arc, we're going to be moving away from Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition as the system. I'm sure I could figure out a way to hack D&D to make it fit into a space adventure, but I really don't want to take the time to do that. So we're looking at using a Powered by the Apocalypse system, because they are just fantastic, but that means we're going to be moving away from D&D, which makes my heart sad, because I absolutely adore 5th edition. So the Casual Encounters are going to be a thing we do periodically that will allow us to get back to D&D for a short bit, or maybe even experiment with a different system. And they will kind of come as the whim takes us. It's not going to be any traditional thing. If we run across a group of people and we're like, hey, let's do a casual encounter, and we'll do a one-shot and we'll put it out there, and we'll go like that. So there'll be things that pop up randomly once we get into the next long-form story. But for now, the next few episodes are going to be these casual encounters. So I will shut up because I am beginning to ramble. I'll let you get back to the episode. Enjoy it, but please, 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 once again, share the show. Help us grow. We love you guys. Peace out? Do the kids say that anymore? Probably not. I'm old.
Back to the Mages Association.
Oh. I'm gonna go check out that explosion because that's far more real than whatever this nut job's saying.
All right, so you turn around and you walk away from it. And as you're leaving, he says, "Just promise me you'll go look into it this afternoon. Please, I'm begging you. Lots of people will die if you don't."
Yeah, I'll think about it.
All right. He turns and walks away, and as you walk into the this, what's his name? You guys have been friends for a long time. You've known each other well. What's his name?
McAllister.
McAllister. You walk into McAllister's shop, and he is coughing, and he's just covered in just head to toe with this purple and green soot from the explosion. He's like, Urf, how are you?
I'd say I'm doing better than you, friend.
Well, I may have put a little bit too much spider eye into that potion. But you know what? Anyone you can walk away from, right?
Right.
All right. Well, I'm sure you're probably here to pick up your cloak.
That I am.
Let me get it for you. Hold on a second. And he turns and walks away, and he goes up, and he pulls down a box off the shelf, and he hands it to you. You open it up, and you see a very nondescript gray cloak. And it's made out of just a tight woven wool. And this is the cloak that you had given to me. You'd expected it would kind of look a little bit different. But it does not. And it's very nondescript, just gray, got a hood on it, nothing super fancy. He says it may not look like much, but it does exactly what you asked me for.
Excellent.
So
I put that bad boy on.
You put it right on, right there in the shop. He said, just put the hood up and it'll go to work.
I take a moment. I look at it.
You savor it.
I savor this moment.
Smell it.
I'm not gonna smell it. There's dust in the air. I don't want that in my lungs. And then just slowly pick up that hood, drop it on my head.
So nothing seems to change from your perspective.
I can still see my own hand.
You can still see your own hand. Nothing seems to change from your perspective. But he, as soon as you put the hood up, he says, "Excellent, just as I intended." It's like, all right, well, thank you very much. I've got to clean up my mess, but good luck with the cloak. I hope it serves you well.
Thank you, friend.
All right.
Now you should just stand there and wait for him to think you've left.
Smoke him. I'm gonna walk with heavy footfalls over to the door, open it,
Okay,
let it close, and stay in the room.
As soon as he hears the door open, he says, "Wait! Before you go, I have a potential job for you. If you're open to the idea, could you take the cloak? Could you become visible again? I need to see your face."
I begrudgingly take it off.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I sent someone to the Shimmering Falls to go. Did you know that there is a cave behind the falls? Spoilers, you don't. As far as you know, there was nothing back there. It's just, like, the Shimmering Falls are a waterfall on the river off to the east of town.
But you always check behind the waterfall.
Well, I mean, people have looked back there. Of course you always check behind the waterfall. But, nobody had ever found anything back behind there.
So it's a new cave.
So, he says basically, it's like, I sent somebody back there. Apparently, there's an ancient cave back there that houses a pretty powerful artifact. I sent somebody to retrieve it for me, and he never came back. If you wanted to go see if you could find out what happened to him, I would be much appreciated. I gave him a special sword as prepayment for the job. So either he left and took the sword and just said, screw it, and I'm not coming back, or he got killed in action. Either way, I'd like that sword back. I'd like the artifact I sent him for. If you could go retrieve it for me, that would be particularly helpful.
What kind of payment are we talking?
Oh, you'll be well compensated. 50 gold, which is sufficient for the job.
Do you get to keep the sword?
Very good. He said he wanted the sword back.
Uh-huh.
So, you got a deadline?
Oh, sometime within the next month. No big deal.
All right, we'll work it in.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day. And he turns and goes back to cleaning up his mess. So what are you going to do from there?
Well, I'm gonna head back to home base, drop off my swag bag.
All right. You come in and both. What's your character's name again, William?
Pharon.
Pharon and
R&R.
Pharon and Robin. Pharon and Robin are both there. What are you guys doing when he comes in?
I am practicing on a training dummy. Swinging, getting my,
Just
doing my reps.
general
Doing some push-ups.
general training.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. What about you?
I am playing cards. Some solitaire.
Playing some solitaire.
Yeah.
Are you practicing with your trick cards or are you playing regular solitaire?
I don't know what the difference is.
Fair
Let's go
enough.
with trick cards, because that sounds like a cool party trick.
That sounds rogue adjacent.
That's why I suggested it.
Excellent. Okay. So you walk in to this scene. What do you do?
Gonna walk in, drop the swag bag, and gentlemen, how's it been?
Fair winds to you, sir. I'm glad that you've arrived safely.
Is that his voice?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Great.
So,
Yes, of course.
I have provided you with 2 potential plot hooks.
You have.
Have either of them piqued your interest?
They have. Gentlemen, I've been stuck on an airship for hours and hours. I'm feeling awfully plucky. Town Crazy said some death cult was going to wake up some ancient evil or some crap. Feel like taking a walk?
Did you smoke enough on the ride over? I feel like your voice isn't. You haven't smoked enough yet.
yeah.
Entirely not enough.
Okay.
Did you inhale something at the potion shop?
Yeah, it was this weird green purple.
I'm
Cough out a Saints logo on my arm.
I'm into the character voice because, quite frankly, we haven't used character voices anywhere nearly enough on this show. All right.
Unfortunately, I can't do voices.
Sure you can.
So you guys,
do
you think
nothing
you're gonna
with
go check out investigate the crazy?
Do we get a say in all this?
Yeah, I'm the boss. You do what I say, boy.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
I mean, basically, he's the one getting married, so he gets to be the boss this
All
time
right.
around.
We must protect the people of the city. That's
I mean-
far more important than any selfish gain by the inventor.
Okay.
I'd rather not have an old god.
Plus, we
trying
got
to-
time on that one. Guy gave me a month.
All
It's
right.
true.
I
Ancient
cannot.
gods only sleep for a couple days.
I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you how happy it makes me that you picked that one. Okay, so you've actually got to get to the mysterious stones is actually a 6-day ride. So it's not like, and you know that it's a 6-day ride. So he had told you that the death cult, as he calls them, left just this morning, and it's probably midday. So, they got half a day's ride ahead of you.
Can I boost that half a day's ride with my long stride? It's a speed boost.
Well, I mean, you've got. Are you thinking?
Just enhance the horses.
I'm thinking we probably have individual horses at this point.
Yeah, but I can touch them.
You have horses.
Oh yes, Robin the horse toucher.
Are we
Yeah.
gonna do? Are we gonna do? So I mean, yes, you guys, you're a well resourced company at this point. So if you want to, saddle up some horses, you're more than able to do that. How are you preparing for this? And this is important. How are you preparing for this journey?
Well, I would assume we got food, right?
I mean,
Unless you can spawn it with your magical abilities.
food generation.
I'm more of a blow stuff up sort of wizard, not so much a make something out of nothing.
I mean, unless we have our own airship, we kind of have the only choice of going there by horse. So
I don't.
What
I
if,
think I'm gonna say you don't own your own airship yet.
We're not
But you
that
have
famous.
you do have enough resources that you could charter an airship.
yeah,
Sure.
but
you mean like rent? I
that's
don't know what charter means.
oh, it means we're like
It's charter is fairly synonymous with rent.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like when you book a bus. That's
Yeah.
chartering a bus.
Yeah.
right, but that's not going to be any faster than the airship that they've already got a head start of us.
Well, so
Or are they not going by airship? I'd assume that the Death Corps.
Well, they
would go
went
by
out of a
airship.
gate, so I'm assuming they're on foot.
I think you could probably assume. I mean, yes, he did say that they left this morning. He did kind of imply that they left on foot or by horse. But I mean, a cult probably does not have the resources to charter an airship because that's not a cheap prospect. They might have horses. They might be, and if they're on horse, I mean, to be clear, the 6-day ride that's by horse. If they're traveling by foot, it's going to take them longer.
Also,
So-
there's more of them.
So if this is a cult, and
Cults move super fast.
there's probably not, there's probably you can assume that there's maybe between 10 and 30 members, but not like 50 to 100.
All right.
It's not an army; it's a cult.
Yeah, it's a small cult.
Small.
So it's safe to assume that they're either traveling by foot or by horse because they probably don't have enough resources to charter an airship. You do have enough resources to charter an airship, but that's much more expensive than horses. You own horses. So are you taking this guy seriously enough that you think, yeah, we should probably try and get out there quickly, or you're like, we'll just go on
Oh, I
horse?
feel like
This guy is generally known as being just a crazy conspiracy theorist.
Yeah,
This
because I mean,
guy.
just a character thing, he would just take horses. He's not gonna shell out a whole bunch of money because the town crazy said something.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
he's been stuck in a room with a whole bunch of stuffy wizards and then stuck in an airship.
With a whole
He
bunch
doesn't
of
want to
stuffy
go in
wizards.
an airship again
Yeah.
either. So
no. I think that's fair. All right,
Can-
so you
can
guys
I-
are gonna grab some horses.
Can I boost the horses?
I mean, well, what are you intending to boost? What do you
I
mean
have
by
a
boost the
spell
horses?
where if I touch a person or animal, it boosts their speed.
Okay, what is it?
It's called Long Strider. As
Okay.
long as I can touch, they're in touching range.
How many spell slots do you have?
I have Cure Wounds, Jump.
No. How many spell slots?
I don't
do you
know what
have?
that means.
Okay, we're gonna pause the recording and look that up then. We have explained to Christian how spell slots work because apparently we forgot to do that. So you guys head out on horseback. What? And again, this is important. What have you taken with you for preparations?
Well, I would have brought my weapons with arrows, which are, bow and hand axe and dagger. And I'd probably be wearing my armor, I would assume.
Well, yeah.
That's
I mean,
just a given.
I'm talking like,
He's talking about like supplies.
yeah. I mean, are you guys prepped for?
Booze.
At very least, you got a 12-day round trip
Okay.
minimum.
So 12 days.
So you
worth
got
of food.
12 days worth of food. You think you guys have taken extra food, or you feel like maybe you just took, 2 weeks worth of food?
I don't know how much do you feel like having me carry.
Well,
A lot. I don't feel
what are you
bad
talking about? We
about
got
it.
horses.
I mean,
You don't need to carry
I
it.
mean, again, you guys have horses.
Yeah, you don't have to carry all of it.
To take 2 weeks worth of tack is really not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my general thinking is I don't really believe this guy. So I'm probably planning on just checking out some other things in the area, because if nothing's happening, I don't want to just go there and be like, oh, nothing's here, and head straight back. So I'd probably bring at least 2 weeks.
Okay.
For weather.
So if we wanted to like camp out or go
Yeah, they
do
give
something, while
Can
we're
we
there.
bring booze though?
That gives you 2 days. That gives you 2 extra days if you didn't make any other stops, and you've got a city that's halfway between, roughly, maybe a little bit less than halfway from where you're starting to where you're going. So on the way back, even if you take a little bit of extra time,
You can resupply at that city.
you could resupply at the city if you needed to. So you head out. You guys are, driving fairly quickly out to these stones, hoping that you guys will have the opportunity to maybe overtake the death cult if you get there. Why don't we have... I'm going to have Ryan make a roll.
Ooh,
You're gonna christen your new obsidian dice.
time to de-virginize the dice.
Yes, you're gonna roll the obsidian?
I'm rolling the obsidian first.
For those who are listening at home, we bought Ryan 2 sets of
We
dice.
should probably post a picture of them.
Yeah, we'll post pictures of them, but we bought him 2 sets of dice as a gift for the bachelor party. One was a set of metal dice, and the other was a set of dice made out of obsidian, which is just freaking cool. So, because I want to let the dice decide if you have an opportunity to overtake them.
Overtake the death cult?
Overtake the death cult.
I mean, we are 3 guys, and they're like what, 10 to 30.
But if
we
we-
could move faster than
If
they
we
can.
wait them out, they'll just keep doing sacrifice and still there's one dude.
Yeah. No, that's not how that works, I don't
So-
think. Let's see what the dice say.
So we're gonna say it's a difficulty. I'm gonna set the difficulty at 15, but I'm not gonna because
Awfully high for...
Yeah, well, they're awfully motivated. They're a death cult. I mean, I was
They're
thinking.
not a lazily prance about the fields cult.
Yeah, I mean, they want to murder some folks. So
Charming fellows,
no,
really.
so 15, no bonuses because it's not your dexterity. It's
Their
not the crew
dexterity.
dexterity. It's you guys are riding horses. So
Let's see.
The horse
maybe
dexterity.
you know what? Constitution. I'll give you Constitution because
Oh, because
you
that's
are.
how hard we're riding the horses?
Yeah, how hard you're riding.
How hard we're riding the horses. We're riding the horses for a 14's worth of hardness.
And that's not going to do
Can we
it.
just see them, like, just ahead
So
of us?
I would say there comes you guys are and with a 14 I will give you guys pursue them for the full 6 days, and as you get to the last day and you guys can kind of see these stones and what these stones look like, it's a circle of 6 stones, and they have it's Stonehenge adjacent, where you've got stones over the top of, like, you've got vertical stones with the horizontal stones that are kind of going over the tops of them. Some of them have fallen off. It's in a little bit disrepair because these stones are ancient and nobody remembers what they're there for anymore.
Aliens.
Ancient alien.
Ancient aliens. These have been there for so long that it's just their purpose has been forgotten and lost to time. So you see the stones, and you see a ton of people kind of off in the distance at the stone. So you get there, and they have just arrived when you're about probably 4 hours out, and you can just see them. Like if you have a looking glass. Actually, do you have a looking glass with you? Did you bring something to telescope like thing? I'm making that motion with my eyes, and it
Plays real well on the audio.
yeah.
It really does.
Visual gags are great on a podcast.
Absolutely. So I mean, I would say that as a roving adventuring company, we would probably have a looking glass of some sort.
Okay.
Can I have it?
So if you
Absolutely not.
Oh, but I'm an archer. Come on.
if you get there,
Don't scope your bow.
so when you
I can
pull
tie
out,
onto the bow. And
you get to the point where you can kind of see them, and like you can see the stones off in the distance. You pull out your what are those things called?
telescopes.
Telescope.
Is it? But I mean, the
Spyglass.
spyglass.
That's what it's officially called in the book.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
it's
pull
not like
out-
a magnifying glass.
pull out your spy. I mean, we're thinking like, yeah, not because I think we did that in
In the Mechanics arc.
in the mechanics in the previous season.
Yeah.
You pull out your spyglass and you look at, and you can see them digging. That's the thing you notice is they are digging a hole in the center of this circle of stones.
I dig it.
By the time you get there, what you see is there is a hole dug in the center of this circle. There's a hole that's dug. There's one of the cultists is lying on the ground at the mouth of this hole in the center of the circle of stones, and he looks. Well, he's dead. For starters.
Is it fresh?
Wait, so
Well, yeah, I mean, you saw all of them digging just 4 hours earlier.
Well, hey, maybe
So-
they brought a dead guy with them. You
So,
don't know. Well, you
they're
do know. I don't know.
they're digging a hole inside a hole like the stone area,
Yeah.
and then there's just one guy lying down. You just said he's dead.
Yes. So I mean, that's what you saw. Like when Urf looked through the spyglass, he saw them digging. Like that was the big thing he noticed. Is that there's somewhere between 20 and 30 of these cultists lying around or standing around
19 to 29.
And-
Cultists.
digging a hole
Like
in the
crap.
center of the stones. 4 hours later, when you got there, what you saw was one of the cultists. I mean, and all of the ground around the opening of this hole was pretty trampled down. I mean, there was 30 people walking around, so all their footprints are kind of intermingled. And if you were to try and do a investigation roll to try and determine, what footprints went where. 4 hours of 30 people walking around a grass field, the footprints are just trash.
It is a giant single footprint.
It's a giant single footprint. Which you're more than welcome to make an investigation check and see if there's anything else there, but unless you succeed, you're just going to see a mass of garbage. But there's one cultist who he's laying face down on the ground, pretty clearly dead. And
What if
that's
he's just lazy?
this is the scene you guys come to. What do you do?